Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. A cabin fire in Landers is being investigated as arson. Yesterday at around 6:15 a.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to a call of a fire near the intersection of North Phillips Road and Wassail Road in Landers. Deputies said that a resident who lives on the same property as the cabin called 911 to report the fire, and that engines from San Bernardino County Fire responded as well. Crews were able to extinguish the fire before it spread beyond the cabin, and no injuries were reported. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's arson detail is investigating the incident. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, and no suspects have been arrested. At last night's meeting of the Morongo Unified School District Board of Trustees, the Morongo Teachers Association pressed the board on the possibility of school closures. Gabriel Hart was there.
Recognitions of excellence and certificates of appreciation were in high volume. Starting with Director of Nutritional Services Janet Barth, the board recognized her recent award as the California Nutritional Services Director of the Year. Next, culinary CTE students were recognized with certificates of appreciation before Dr. Gracie Gutierrez recognized the Standards Academy for their hard work. Certificated Representative Jennifer Beasley gave her report, stating MTA has formed a listening team regarding the possibility of school closures. The team consists of Beasley as board representative, MTA leader Amber Hansen, one teacher from each of the 4 schools in question, and 3 teachers from unaffected sites.
And our goal is to attend all public meetings and listen and report back to our constituency. We're not there to cause problems or anything or even talk. We're just there to listen and learn and discuss and report. We want to be able to support our teachers who will be affected by any decisions that the board makes.
Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education Amy Woods introduced college and career advisors Jolie Kelly and Donna Weller, who gave a presentation on the recent college survey. Among other survey results, occupational goals were rated with most students from 29 Palms choosing the medical assistant support field, with nursing, carpentry construction, culinary, and first responder rounding out the results. Most Yucca Valley High students chose nursing as their after-graduation goal, with medical assistant, first responder, culinary, and automotives rounding out their survey. Finally, resident teacher program facilitator Matt Rauch gave an inspiring presentation on the program. Goals include expanding university partnerships, expanding number of resident school sites, continuing to develop a cohort of mentor teachers, and recruiting alumni, IAs, and substitute teachers with bachelor degrees. Rauch introduced dozens of the program's present cohorts as living proof of its continued success. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Gabriel Hart.
The High Desert Water District Board of Directors meeting scheduled for today has been canceled. No reason for the cancellation was provided. The High Desert Water District Board of Directors is scheduled to meet next on December 3rd. The 29 Palms Water District will hold their monthly meeting a week early today due to next week's Thanksgiving holiday. The board will discuss a rate study as required by Proposition 218, which mandates specific procedures to prevent unlawful rate hikes. A mainline extension will be considered to a previously remote meter on Cayetod Lane in 29 Palms, and there will be a discussion on the possible detrimental effects of improperly maintained septic systems on shallow groundwater aquifers. The meeting starts today at 4 p.m. at the district's office at 72401 Hatch Road in 29 Palms. The Joshua Basin Water District Board of Directors meets in regular session today to hold preliminary discussions about a potential septic-to-sewer project in Joshua Tree. The presentation will be given by the district's general manager, Sarah Johnson, and no action will be taken at tonight's meeting. The board will also receive a financial audit report for 2024-2025. The Joshua Basin Water District Board of Directors meets in open public session today at 5 p.m. at their office at 61750 Choyita Road in Joshua Tree. You can attend remotely at a link in this story at Z107.7FM.com. The Basin Transit Board of Directors meets for their regular monthly meeting tomorrow to discuss board member stipends. They will also award an ADA paratransit plan contract and receive legislative updates. The board meets in open public session tomorrow at 5 p.m. at their office at 62405 Verbena Road in Joshua Tree. Basin Transit is making moves this week. They are in partnership with the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority to celebrate its riders and support the local community with a rider appreciation event on Saturday. All Basin Transit rides will be free of charge for the entire day. Also on Saturday, they are hosting a Fill the Bus event from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Walmart Supercenter in Yucca Valley. Attendees are encouraged to bring non-perishable food donations to help fill the bus and support neighbors in need. These items will be distributed at the weigh station at a later date. That Fill the Bus event is this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Walmart in Yucca Valley. Cleanups continue out at the Johnson Valley Painted Rocks. The area, located just past Ghost Road on Old Woman Springs Road, is a popular place for tagging and dumping trash, but two locals have been trying to change that for the last few years. Online news editor Robert Hayden has the story.
Since last November, Johnson Valley residents Michelle Zoomstein and her husband Darren have been working to stop the spread of graffiti from the rocks just north of Ghost Road off Old Woman Springs Road. That area is often referred to as the Graffiti Rocks or Painted Rocks, and the bright murals and tags act as a beacon for travelers to the high desert to stop by and leave their mark. It's also locals too. The Painted Rocks have been around for decades and are also an easy place to pull a trailer into and dump construction or household garbage. Since that initial cleanup in November, there have been a few more, weather and volunteers permitting. And at the cleanup schedule for this Saturday, Michelle's hoping that some donated equipment and supplies will help clean up tags easier so the volunteer team can move faster and cover more ground. A generator and power washer has been donated, and the Bureau of Land Management has donated exterior paint to help cover up the largest and most visible tags. Michelle says that while graffiti removal is preferred, the cost of purchasing a paint-removing substance known as elephant snot is too high for the amount of tags they're trying to remove.
It doesn't go a long ways, unfortunately, because some of those murals had murals underneath of them. And there was probably 2 or 3 different layers of murals underneath some of those.
The land that the giant Monzo granite boulders sit on is BLM land, after all, and Michelle is hoping to get more supplies from the organization now that the government shutdown is over. If you have exterior paint, rollers, brushes, airless sprayers, or just a few hours of time this Saturday, come on out to the Johnson Valley Painted Rocks from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
So it's not just my efforts or my husband's efforts, but this is a community effort, and it's a community effort not just for Johnson Valley. It's for everybody that uses that area, who explores that area, who likes going and just climbing on the rocks in that area.
We'll have the contact info as well as some before and after pics on our website, Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
And finally, 29 Palms was announced as a winner of a Levitt Music Series grant. The grant provides $120,000 to the 29 Palms Music Series Committee, an affiliate of the Basin Wide Foundation, to create a free outdoor, family-friendly live music series at Freedom Plaza in 29 Palms. The grant, provided by the nonprofit organization the Levitt Foundation, was awarded to 29 Palms after an online voting event. The results of that event were announced yesterday, and 29 Palms was one of 32 cities to receive the grant. The $120,000 grant will be incremented to $40,000 per year installments for 10 live music events per year over 3 years, 2026, 2027, and 2028. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z107.7fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.